Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here once again. Another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Genesys format got me hooked. Understand? And I brought to you one of my favorite synchro decks to play in paper, which is TG. Now, as you can see, this is very not optimized for a number of reasons. First and foremost, we do not have original Sinful spoils Snake Eyes, as that is 100 points. Oh! Okay, back again. Alright. So I have brought TG or Tech Genus for all the little actually Neanderthals out there. It is one of my favorite synchro decks to play. Again, we don't have OSS here as original Simple Spoil Snake Eye is 100 points, which sucks because this does get Rocket Salamander, and Rocket Salamander is the best TG, not named Hyper Librarian. This deck is real fun, real great. I love it. Of course, this deck is mostly free. Of course, we do have Mr. Hyper Librarian here, but he is at 33 because he does say draw one card every time you synchro summoned, right? Every time monster is synchro summoned. So because of that, you know, you gotta play him, right? Not only that, but because of the deck is mostly free here, we can just play an assortment of hand traps here. I am running DD Grill, Droll, Effect Veiler, and Fuwalos. I think you can get away not playing Fuwalos. You could probably play something like, say, Meister, right? Gets you 21 for free points, so you can go into the rest of your side deck and such. I really love this. Believe me, I do. Now let's get over to the TGs, shall we? TG Rocket Salamander. It's level 1 fire. Level 1 pyro fire. Contribute a TG monster. You summon a TG monster from your deck with a different original name than that attributed monsters. And if you control a machine TG monster, target a level 4 a lower TG monster in your graveyard, summon a defense but negate its effects. And you can only use each of those effects once per turn. You contribute itself, of course, which gets TG Screw Serpent, which can, when normal special summon, gets a level 4 lower TG monster from your graveyard and summon it, but its effects are negated. And then you can banish Screw Serpent to target a TG monster you control. You can either increase or reduce its level by 1. This helps out in certain scenarios. For example, right? Let's say you have Screw Serpent, and then say, I don't know. Or let's say you have Striker and Rocket Salamander, but Salamander is negated, right? You can go banish Screw Serpent, target Striker, and he can reduce it, and then that's 2 level 1s to get in a Mighty Striker. 3 Gears on me, you target a TG control, you summon this card from your hand, and then that target monster loses 1,000 attack. Ideally, the combo is you go Rocket Salamander, and then Gears Zombie can summon it, because these two together could also get to Mighty Striker. Little Striker. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, not once per turn, by the way, from this. And then once per turn during the end phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field instead this turn, got a TG monster from your deck to your hand, except Striker. All the old TGs have this: Striker, Warwolf, Rush Rhino. Unfortunately, I'm not playing Rush Rhino. Warwolf. When a level 4 lower monster is special summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. Special summon Striker. Effect of Warwolf. There you go. That's a level 5. And then same deal with Striker. If it's destroyed on field and sent to the graveyard at the end phase, you add a TG monster in your deck to your hand except Warwolf. We are playing 1 Tank Grub and 1 Drillfish. These two are in certain scenarios where if you can't get access to Salamander or Gear Zombie, these two do at least facilitate Mighty Striker. And then, of course, I am playing Simple Spores of Subversion Snake Eye. It is a unique move removal spell. The reason I am playing it, though, is because I am playing this dude in the extra. I'll get to him in a bit. TG all clear. All TGs on the field become machines, just like in the anime. Right, gives them the anime effect, right? And then during your main phase, you get an extra normal summon of a TG monster, including your additional in addition to your normal summoner set. And then during your main phase, you can destroy a TG monster in your hand or field, and if you do, add a TG monster with a different name from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Great. This is not only gets you all 80 TGs that you need, but hey, if you need Screw Serpent again, you get Screw Serpent from Grave. It's fantastic. Limited removal, discard a card, add 2 TGs with different names from your deck to your hand. Most of the time, you want to get to Salamander and Gear Zombie, or if you have already one of them, you just get one of these dudes. Or you can get these 2 dudes. And then 2 of the counter trap. I don't think you need to play 2, but I kind of do like 2. TG Close is just Fernity Barrier, right? And then it does reset itself, but it banishes it when it leaves the field. If a synchro monster is banished, we do have a few ways to get to this. I'll explain it later. And then on to the synchros. TG Mighty Striker. The main effect here is if this card is synchro summon, you add a TG spell trap from your deck to your hand. And then if it's sent to the monster zone to the graveyard, you send a TG card from your deck to the graveyard. This usually is here to help set up for Dragonar. I'll get to you in a second. And then once per turn during your opponent's main phase, you can, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. Star Guardian and Wonder Magician have this effect as well. I will show you what main targets we have for this. TG over Dragonar. If this card synchro summon, you can special summon any number of TG monsters from your graveyard in defense, and you are locked for the rest of the turn except TGs. If this card on the field is destroyed, draw a card. So this is Junk Speeder at home, ladies and gentlemen. TG Star Guardian, Bruno. It's 1 tuner and 1 non-TG tuner. Once per chain during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. If it's special summon, you get a TG from your graveyard, and then you can special summon a TG from your hand. So most of the time, you want to get to Rocket Salamander because you get to use this effect. Since you control Machine TG, because all clear, you get to bring back a level 4 lower and summon it. That gets you either a 5. Most of the time, it's a 5, right? It's great. We are playing one Wonder Magician. It's just there because it can destroy a spell trap on the field, of course. And it does have the effect where you can quick synchro. 1 Power Gladiator, because he's, Power Gladiator. Hyper Librarian needs no introduction. Synchro monster is you just keep drawing cards. It's very good. And then off of Star Guardian or Wonder Magician, right? If at some point you get stopped during your combos, you're stuck with, say, Dragonar and one of these 2, they can make Satellite Warrior. Satellite Warrior, if synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your graveyard, destroy them, and then this card gains 1,000 attack for each card destroyed. If it is destroyed, though, you summon up to 3 level 8 or lower Warrior synchro on the start of synchro monsters with different names in your graveyard. As far as I know, we have none. And then TG Glaive Blaster, he is the archetype level 10. During either player's turn, and when your opponent activates a spell trap that targets his face-up card, you send a card from your hands to the graveyard, negate that effect. And then once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can banish a TG monster from your graveyard to banish his face-up card on the field. This is a quick effect. During the next standby phase, after this card is banished, you can special summon this card. So the idea is during your opponent's draw phase, you banish him, and then that next standby phase, he comes right back. This is important for the level 12 plays that we have. Of course, besides Glaive Blaster, right, can banish 1 monster on the field, special summon from the extra deck, which is great. And you can use this effect up to number of times. How many non-tuner synchro monsters you could choose. Most of the time, it is 2. But 2 plus is, if you somehow get 3 non-tuner synchro monsters as this guy material, dude, I don't know what you did, but props to you. And then, once per turn, if a monster is banished face up, you can target one of them, special summon it to your field, ignoring its summoning conditions. So sometimes you might be able to just yoink an important monster that your opponent has, and it's like, hey, mine now, and it doesn't negate its effects. Now, the main combo is that we can quick synchro with Mighty Striker and Glaive Blaster to make a level 12 synchro. Well, obviously, we can't run Crimson Dragon, because Crimson Dragon is 100 points. So, fortunately, the main combo is Crimson Dragon, target Glaive, summon Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend King Calamity, but we can't. So, we're just going to summon, instead of Crimson Dragon, which we're not going to run, we are going to run Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. During the main phase, quick effect, target a face-up monster on either field or either graveyard. You place it face-up in its owner's spell trap zone as a continuous spell, and it cannot use this effect next turn. And during the battle phase, you target a monster in one continuous spell on the field, destroy them. This is why we're playing Subversion Snake Eye. This right here during the battle phase just, gets 2 monsters on your opponent's field, which is great. And then Centur-Ion Legatia. It is the only Centurion, but one of the few Centurions that is like not. Yeah, Premier is 5, Trudea is 3, Stand Up is 5, and Auxil is 33. But Legatia is free, so we're playing Legatia. Legatia, special summon, you draw a card, nice, and then you can destroy a monster that your opponent controls with the highest attack. This doesn't really matter too much because we're not playing any Centurions. And also, your monsters with 2,000 less attack cannot be destroyed in battle, which is kind of counterintuitive because Striker Warwolf do search if it was destroyed on field, but if you're ever in that position, I'm so sorry. So, as always, I got a few replays to show you real quick. So, we're going to go limiter removal. We're going to discard the Striker because we already have Tank Grub. We're going to get Rocket Salamander and Gear Zombie. From here, we're going to go normal. We're going to normal Rocket Salamander, 9 activate its effects, and then we're going to activate Gear Zombie in hand, target it, special it. He goes to 0, and then Rocket Salamander is bye-bye, right? We're bringing out Screw Serpent. Screw Serpent's effect will then trigger. We're going to get back that Rocket Salamander. And then we're going to synchro these 2 away to get ourselves Mighty Striker. Mighty Striker here is going to get all clear. We're going to activate all clear and destroy the Mighty Striker in order to get ourselves a Drillfish, because might as well, right? Here we're going to get our extra normal. We're going to normal this Tank Grub. And then we're going to synchro into Dragonar. And then we're going to change Tank Grub. So, as you know, in Genesys, there is no EMZ. Most of the time, you will be summoning Dragonar into your EMZ so you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monsters, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the token off a Tank Grub, right? 5 monsters here. But because of that, we gotta work around. We gotta work around that, of course. So we're gonna get our token off a Tank Grub, and then we're gonna get Screw Serpent, Mighty Striker, and Rocket Salamander. Here we're gonna synchro the token and Screw Serpent to make ourselves Hyper Librarian. We're gonna get some extra cards. Trust me here. Rocket Salamander's effect, because we control a machine, because all of these are machines. From all clear, we're gonna get ourselves Screw Serpent one more time. We're gonna grab ourselves the one and only Star Guardian, Hyper Librarian effect. We're gonna go. We're gonna go grab our Rocket Salamander, or I mean Screw Serpent, sorry, off of Star Guardian, and then we're gonna draw a card. No, not bad. Here we activate the effect to Star Guardian to summon Screw Serpent. Here we're gonna synchro both Star Guardian and Dragonar into Glaive Blaster. We get an extra card, not bad. Drillfish here is gonna summon itself. We're gonna synchro these 2 away to make Power Gladiator, and I would love to keep going from here, right? However, we do gotta set it up for our big combo here. We're gonna sync all 3 of these away to make Glaive Blaster here. Now, in the end phase, right, draw phase, here we're going to activate Glaive Blaster here. Glaive Blaster is going to banish Mighty Striker. He's going to banish himself. And then Glaive Blaster is going to bring back that Mighty Striker. Here, on the standby, Glaive Blaster does come back. You summon him. And then the main phase, your opponent does anything from here. Here, you're going to go Mighty Striker, quick Synchro, get rid of it. Here, we're going to make Snake Eyes, Vengeance Dragon, and then as your opponent does anything, you can just put something into the back row, right? And of course, during the battle phase, Mr. Vengeance Dragon does destroy a monster on the field and a continuous spell. We did drew a Snake Eyes Subversion, so hey, we can do it again, right? So there's that. Now here on this one, we kind of have some things. We already have Gear Zombie here, but we're gonna go all clear, destroy the Striker. Sorry, Striker. We're grabbing Rocket Salamander, right? Extra normal here, because our extra normal will be applied first. We're gonna go Gear Zombie, target Salamander. It's gonna be the same play again, right? Salamander gets Screw Serpent, and then Screw Serpent gets Salamander. We summon both, send both of those away, and get Mighty Striker. Mighty Striker gets limited removal since we have all clear. In this scenario, depending on what else is in your hand, you might want to go for Close as a counter trap, which helps your end board. But here, it doesn't really matter that much because I do need extenders. So we're gonna get Grub and Warwolf. We're not a normal this Grub, and then finally we're gonna synchro those two away. We'll make Dragonar. Dragonar is going to bring back the one, the only. So we're gonna synchro those and the token away to get ourselves Hyper Librarian, and here's the Hyper Librarian shenanigans, right? Rocket Salamander is gonna get us the Screw Serpent. And would you look at this? Bam, bam, shabam! It is the 1-star Guardian. I'm gonna get. We're gonna get Striker back here in this scenario. Now, you're probably wondering, why the hell am I getting Striker back instead of Screw Serpent, right? Or Salamander? I'll show you why. We're going to synchro these three away to make Glaive Blaster. Here, we're going to go Star Guardian. We're going to special summon Striker. Warwolf will then trigger because the level 4 monster got special summoned. It is the last thing in the chain, so you should be fine. Warwolf summons. We're going to make Power Gladiator. We're going to synchro these two away to make Blade Blaster. And then this is the whole shebang. We did miss out on a few draws, but of course, because of just how the hand is, you still get to this kind of scenario here. So, you know, you banish off of Blade Blaster. Glaive Blaster gets back Mighty Striker. The standby phase, Blade Blaster comes back. And then the main phase, your opponent does anything you don't like, you synchro those two away and get yourself Legatia. Legatia will draw you a card. Not bad. And then destroy a monster, which is great. And of course, you still have your two banishes off a Glaive Blaster, of course. So you still have things to do. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And see you next time on probably Thunder Dragons, maybe.